Welcome back, everyone. Once again, I am survivalman, and today, I actually miscalculated what I said on the latest the latest episode about the aquarium, because I said I was going to do another video tomorrow night, but my calculations was incorrect. So now, today it is the 17th, and I did the other video like 2 days ago. So I am very, very sorry of the inconvenience. So today, you're actually are going to see in this video the finish top off of the giant aquarium. So in the last episode, we have finished the tunnel that leads down to the marine tube, and we have finished the tube, and we have finished the hallway that leads down to it with light, and we have finished the top and that on top, where we have the entrance that leads down to the marine tube, and we have finished that. We actually started off with the video with a dugout area, which I had to do outside of the video. So in case you guys didn't know how I did that, I actually did that so I started the video the way it looked right at the start. So today we are actually adding other objects to the actual aquarium today. And the reason why I did it in two parts is because I took so long to finish the tube, and as I was talking along with me building the marine tube. So today you are actually going to see some things that are going to be added. So that's what you're going to see today. Sorry for my TV not booting up too fast for you. It's basically a slow start on my TV, so in case you're wondering why it's taking so long. So now we have actually completed, like I said, the marine tube. Survived myself there. Alright, so we have finished the marine tube there. And of course we have the tunnel down in there. As you can see, the torches in there. And you're going to see the final finishes with this including. So, so now we are actually going to add a couple things before we add the water and the animals that go in the water with no mod needed. So the first thing you got to do, which I'm going to do this in survival, or not, do this in creative, which, yes, it is quite, annoying. And yes, people, I actually found out when I was doing Minecraft a while back, I actually found out what equation you're going to need to make the sea lantern. And I found that out the hard way, which I didn't need no internet to look it up on, and what kind of the 3x3 grid of what you need to make it to be a sea lantern. So in this matter, in this matter, you are going to need a prismarine shard and prismarine crystals, which I'm going to show you which 5 and which 4 you're going to need. So like I said, you have a crafting table, which I'm actually place up here, and I'm going to actually put that in my inventory so I don't place another one by mistake. So as you can see that my screen is a lot better than it was before, because The problem was that you guys seen the bright of the menu there. That's because I did not have the TV setting the correct brightness and whatnot. So right now I have it at the right account or the right amount of brightness so that you guys can see in the video of what you get to see. So you are going to start off with the crystals like that. And then you are going to put the shards in the corners. And then, of course, yes, people, you actually can make a sea lantern in that particular form, which I, personally myself, was having a hard time with that. So I actually basically made a sea lantern without going to the creative menu. So I actually am going to use the sea lanterns here. And you also can make a glowstone too. But glowstone are the brightest ones than torches. But jack-o'-lanterns are even brighter than glowstone. So you actually are going to put it in the floor like this. So it has a way of lighting in the ground of the, like on the bottom floor, so that in a way that it does have a lighting effect below, so that when you actually see, I made a mistake, and yes, mistakes happen. People don't realize it. So mistakes do happen. Like I said in one of my other videos, if you made a mistake, it's okay. It happens. Crap happens. You know? Not a big deal. Because you can actually replace the block you actually destroyed. So you're actually are going to see this of how this is going to affect the seafloor. Which, yes, people, I'm actually making a giant aquarium, which allows you to walk into the tube and look around you pretty much. So in case you're wondering why that is because of the fact that, in case you're wondering why the seafloor is, oh, see, again, so that that when you walk into the marine tube, in a way, it somehow lights up the bottom. And also what I'm going to do is that put a little bit of a lighting on the walls that's lower part of the aquarium, is because that is one reason. Because the mobs actually end up going down, and you can see them. Yes, people, you can actually see them with the lighting down below, which I'm only putting about 5 down on the walls, like, so you can see. So that's 20 across. Okay. Now the question is, in order to fit the the 5 within the 18 block. Okay. Now that can be tricky. So you're actually going to round it down. So we're going to actually count. I actually have it counted because it's 18 from the inside wall, but the outer ring is 20. But the flooring actually does have a pattern. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2. So basically you're counting by 2s there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So yes, we have 20 width here. So you actually are going to count from the floor and put a 5th, any lighting source that you have currently, if you're doing this in survival. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm right here. So this is number 5. So then I'm going to put a sea lantern right there. Okay? And again, from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yes, see, then you might end up landing on a sea lantern, which you put a sea lantern in the wall above it. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm right here, so you put a sea lantern there. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So really you are going to see 4 down here. So I miscalculated that, but that's okay. So you're going to count 5 and put a sea lantern 2 blocks up in the wall, as you see what I did there in the video. So I'm actually going to do the same thing over here so that you guys can see that, but I'm actually going to change it up on the other side so that when you turn around, it does have the same effect once you turn around. So over here, you are going to start at this end so that you actually meet with that one there. But instead of placing one here, you are going to count. So you're pretty much going to put one here. Okay? So you're going to put one there, which you're going to go there. And again, there. Let me try that. Let me count that again, just to double check. So you're going to place one right there, and I did calculate that correctly, so I just want to double check to make sure I had it right. And yes, so it actually does meet up. Now, I'm actually going to show you this so you can actually see. So see how the 4 is in the screen there? So you are actually going to turn around and have that same effect, but it's going to be a different side. So it's going to be like a propeller in a way, so that you can see the effect when the actual plane, you know how the propeller spins, it actually does that same effect. So I'm actually doing this a little slow so that you guys can see the effect. And see how the effect looks like that, where it has the same amount of blocks, where it propels as you're spinning in the actual area that's in the tube. So if you wanted, you could actually joke around and spin around in the tube. You can actually do that if you want. Just make a joke out of it. But let's just get this finished so I can show you the screenshots of different angles here, so you can actually see that. And I'm actually going to show you screenshots, but I'm not going to say anything, but you're going to see the different scene shots. Okay? So, as you can see that I finished with the lighting. Now, you are actually going to get rid of if you're not in creative and doing this, you want to make sure your sea lantern is in your inventory, because otherwise it can be a problem. So, that's only if you have enough. As you can see, you need quite a lot just to keep the lighting system perfection. So you're actually going to need a lot of water. And the reason why I said you need to be in survival or in creative is because you need to either have the invisibility added to your host options, and so that you can use that and you can name your mobs in the water so they can stay in one spot. Which means that if you leave the area, they'll be still there when you come back. But if you don't have them named, when you come back, they're gone. So, I'm actually only adding 3 mobs, but they're going to be the same mob, pretty much. But I'm going to name them in the names that I have in my head from a movie which you're going to see that is actually out today so that people can understand from the movie series that I'm actually going to name them. So you're going to see that. So, so you actually are going to get a bucket of water. But the problem is, people, if you're having a hard time filling up this aquarium, okay, if you have a hard time, which I can understand that. So I prefer you do this in survival in a way, because one, it could lead a problem where you always have to refill and always have a way to, you know, not. But the problem is that once I did this, you can if you want. But the problem is that you want to make sure it's filled in. So, the only thing is that you want to make sure it is currently filled all the way in, or otherwise you're going to have like a problem here. So you're really going to see that I'm going to have a hard time because it's not accurate. But it is accurate because, one, you can, if you want, do this adding blocks, which I'm actually might have to do so that you guys are going to see that. So that it has a way of filling in a way. So you're going to actually see that change quickly. So what I'm going to do is adding a solid block. So I'm actually going to do this all the way around so that you can see the change once it's filled in a way. So that once it's closed in, you actually are going to see that quite effective in a way. Which, yes, it is annoying, but this is the only way that you can get oh, dang it. Okay. As you can see that, you don't want to, hit the sand block because, one, it could result a leakage in a way. So you want to make sure you're actually doing this correctly, because otherwise it's not going to allow you to do what you want. So the way I'm doing it is filling it in the way it's supposed to be filled. So I'm actually doing this really easy for you guys, so you guys don't have a hard time filling this in. So I'm only going to do one more layer so it actually fills in all the way solid. So every time you fill in a little bit more each time, you are actually going to add a layer as you okay. So basically what I did there, so I'm gonna add a block there so that in case, let's see here, so I'm actually gonna do it like this. So I'm actually going to leave it like that for right now. But once I'm finished with this, I'm actually going to show you another video of the finished walls and that, so you guys can see that once everything is finished in a way. So really, once you get this finished in a way, which, yes, it is now, well, almost. So we have to get this little, this water here out of the way so that it, so I'm actually going to do it like this so that it automatically somehow stops in a way. And as you can see, that the water is solid now. So you're actually, once you get it solid like this, and so that you have a way of removing the blocks and not destroying anything around you. So you just got to do this way so that you, once you run into a block, you want to make sure you don't destroy it. So I'm actually going to see here, see if I can fill that. There we go. So I'm going to fill this right here, and then put this, let's see, that here, so in case you accidentally filled in a little bit more than you did and you made a mistake. So you're going to put those there, so in case, that's only if you have a corner that's opened in case you made a mistake. So you're actually going to do that, so that is easier to see. Now see that once I'm down here, see how it's lit up in a way? And that's how it's supposed to be. So you're actually, once you're actually in the water, you want to make sure you're invisible and invulnerable to damage. And so that you can name the mobs, and then add a few more if you wanted. That's only if you want to. I'm not saying you have to. So, my bad. It's just my ears a little annoying right now. So I'm actually going to add the mobs you're gonna see in this video, and they are always at the miscellaneous, which means the spawn eggs is what they're called, and you're gonna find the one that says squid. Okay, you're gonna find the one that says squid, and you are also going to grab a name tag. And at this point, I would prefer you guys to do this in creative, so you can repeat the process 3 times. So I'm actually going to, before I actually add the mob, I'm actually going to get a an anvil, and I'm going to enter in here, place this here, and also you can, if you have a keyboard on your controller, which allows you to name your mob right from the anvil. See, this menu does not pop up. But I do have a keyboard right now, but I do not have it added to the controller. So I'm actually going to change name, which I'm going to name the first one So, as you can see the name there, it is actually spelled, I believe that's how it's spelled, but if you think that's the incorrect spelling, I can actually rename the mob that is in this spelling and change it to whenever you tell me of the character that's in the movie. So this one is called Marlin. So I'm going to go and take that. And then now, since I have that, let's go in the water. And like I said, guys, you want to make sure you're doing this in creative, which means that you can repeat the process. So I'm actually going to see here. So as you can see, the mob is actually there, and I'm actually going to name him real quick so he actually stays. And now see that he has a name on him, which means he is now going to stay in the aquarium, and that allows him to stay in a way. So now we're actually going to go over here. You're going to repeat the process. Oh, not there, my bad. That is a crafting table. I should have got rid of that, but whatever. So you're going to put the name tag that says Marlin, and you actually are going to get back into this menu since if you guys do not have the keyboard added. But if you do have the keyboard added, you are going to type it in from right in the actual menu of the anvil screen, which allows you to change the name right from the right where the name is. So you have to have the cursor on the highlighted name. Which allows you to change the name right from there. But since I do not have it added, I would have to go to this. So I'm actually, let's see, this might take a little longer, but I'm actually going to make this quick so that you guys can see the whole video instead of having my instead of seeing the I think this is how it's spelled, so I'm not going to really take too long to think of what names are which. So I'm actually going to leave that. I'm going to actually... Oh, hey. Dang you, autosave. Hate you doing that. Just sneaking up on me. Ah! Do not like you. So, like I said, I prefer, instead of putting it the mob on the glass, you're going to put it on the wall so that you guys can see it in front of you. And now and you are actually going to name it whatever you like. Whatever you think is best for you guys, and whatever is okay to you. And there they are. 2 of them. So one more, and I'm going to end it right there, so that I don't take too long. So I'm gonna keep quiet right from this process here, so that you guys can see the last one, and then I'm gonna end it. And then from the last piece of this aquarium, you are actually going to get rid of what you got here. And then you're going to go to the next tab, which has the frame, the picture frame here. You're going to get that, go down 1, grab the glass, and also finally, you are going to cover this up. So that if anybody tries to, take a swim, they can't. But they still have a way to get in because the glass is breakable. And yes, it is. It is breakable. So I'm actually going to show you this real quick when you are actually in the marine tube. And don't worry. As long as you do not break the glass around you. so that you can be safe in the marine tube. So it allows you to be safe. So I will show you that right before I end it so you guys can see how cool it can be in the actual tube itself. So you're going to see that. So you got to make sure that the glass is actually covered and the whole top is covered. So now the whole top is covered. Now let's go, okay, where am I going? Alright, right over here. And then you're actually are going to get rid of whatever you have. If you're in survival, you want to put it in your inventory so that you guys could see the effect. So now I'm actually in the tube. Okay, you're in the tube. Which, yes, people, if you have the water around you and you're inside the tube where there's no water at all, it actually saves you time to stay alive longer. So you have lighting around you, which if they're down enough, you can actually see them just right from down here. And also above you if they're way above you, you know? So you're actually going to see that quite a bit from the actual aquarium itself. And yes, you can see the glass above you, which allows you to see if it's day or night, which is really nice and has a cool effect to it. So the only thing is that you don't want to break any of the glass because one, you could fall into the tank, and two, you could break the tube, which allows the water to fall right through it. And that's the main two rules that you have to follow. Otherwise, if it does not let you replace it, the only way to replace it is grabbing a piece of sand, put it into a furnace, get the glass, and replace it. That's all you can do. So if you like this video, please leave a like and a comment. And I'm survivalman. I'll catch you guys later.